Tim Deegan about this upcoming hurricane season. And Tim, we keep hearing about how the oceans are hotter than ever, but you say you have some good news for all of us tonight, and we'll take that, Tim.
We will. Let's take it a day at a time. And I think maybe we can say let's take it 10 days at a time. So let's talk about what Jeannie was talking about, folks. If you haven't heard already, basically the scenario we had last year, which if you look at average temperatures around the world, that is the oceans, they continue to be the warmest in human history. And especially what is a concern for us is some of the warmest of those waters right out here, which tends to be where some of our more significant hurricanes, the major hurricanes, the category 3, 4, and 5 form. Now, at least in the old days, you wouldn't expect much to form here until about August. We certainly have several weeks, but that's not the good news. I have even more specific meteorological good news. First of all, let's go to the Caribbean. Something may form here over the next 7 days. Maybe a tropical depression. Not a local concern for us. And one of the major reasons why is because of where the subtropical jet stream is. So now we're talking specifically about a forecast. You see the satellite picture shows clouds shearing off to the northeast. And this is because of well, I could go on and on why. But with a lot of meteorological confidence, this subtropical jet stream will pretty much be between the Caribbean and us for at least the next 10 days. So even if something were to develop in the Caribbean, it basically would, if it came our way, would be sheared apart. And more than likely, again, if something were to form next week, it would take off to the northeast. In fact, some computer models seem to hold the subtropical jet stream, which is when it's south of us as our friend, there for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so we'll take it. What about thunderstorm activity? Well, because of the very dry air, tough for thunderstorms to form here. The more intense the colors, where thunderstorms will be more widespread and intense. And notice even through Thursday and Friday, that stays well to the west of us. It could be as we finish up the week, we're starting to get on the fringes of really more in the way of shower activity. In fact, we could even go farther than that if you're just plain ready for quiet weather. We're looking here at what the computer models indicate rainfall accumulations will be over the next week. The more intense colors, the heavier the rains, and unfortunately for our friends in Texas and the Arklatex, where they're already flooded, have already had an amazingly damaging severe weather season, it's going to continue. But notice as we then head toward our part of the world of northeast Florida and southeastern Georgia, some computer models show barely any precipitable rainfall or measurable rainfall, except for maybe some inland showers developing. So if you like quite quiet weather, whether tropical or not, next 7 days looks like it's going to be relatively quiet. In fact, we'll continue to see a retreat from the heat. Notice I'm not using the word cooler. Maybe, just maybe, we won't officially make it to 90 tomorrow. It's going to be close. But again, we'll have lower relative humidity levels. I don't know if you noticed this morning, but folks in western Duval dropped all the way down to 63. I thought it was a beautiful pre-sunrise morning around dawn. It should be like that again tomorrow, going officially for 66. Out around the beaches tomorrow, the sea breeze should come in earlier, so 87 there. On the other hand, again, we're looking at the data, and notice this. Surf temperatures 81, river temperatures 85. Folks, that's more like how it used to be mid to late June. So water temperatures are at least 3 weeks ahead of where they used to be, and that's just talking about our local waters. Okay, back to land. Moisture will increase. I showed you that it could have some isolated showers. I think it's going to be generally for those of you southwest of Duval. Nice breezy afternoon on Saturday, highs of 86 degrees. Speaking of Saturday, it's the 10th annual 5K butterfly race in Orange Park. Looks like a great morning for that, relatively speaking. Remember, that's June 1st. Speaking of June 1st, here it comes, the first weekend of, let's not say the first weekend of hurricane season. How about if we just say the first weekend of June? Looks relatively quiet.